Donna with Donna's Things. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining in, checking out what's going on this side of the camera. I really do appreciate it. And if you are returning, always, 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 you know my heart, I appreciate you and the time you take out of your day to check us out also. So today is Saturday, but this is my Friday Sews. So I am so thankful to be here today. Thank you to Jen over at Today in Jen's Sewing Room, creating this content of creators where we post our videos. We get to talk about what we've been doing, what we've been working on. And I always say I enjoy the fact that we can pick up tips and tricks from each other. So I really do appreciate being here. And it's nice to have a place to share your passion, you know, with like-minded people, even though we are well aware that not everyone who watches these videos sew. And so that makes it even more touching, you know, that people take the time to look. So I've been up to a couple of things in my sewing room this week, and one of the things, well, first let me say, the question, I don't always have the question that Jen poses verbatim because I'm not part of the Facebook group where I hear it from her. So I get bits and pieces of it when I watch other videos. But my understanding, the forum topic this week is, do you like or do you do hand sewing? Now, I don't do a lot of crafting by hand. I am working on a quilt for my family that I am actually quilting it by hand, and it's taking me months and months. August will be a year, so I'm hoping that I'll be finished with it in August. But as handwork, like hemming your garments or tacking down facings, I love handwork. I love the way it finishes a garment. I really do. I will sit and hem for hours. I get myself some hot tea if I want, or some water, or just some little snacks by the side, and I find a movie. That's 2 hours right there. Because normally what I do is I make my garments, my 2, 3, 4 pieces every week that I make, and then I sit down at one time and do all of the handwork. It's very relaxing to me. I really enjoy doing it. So yes. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things, and I'm going to start with this dress right here. Now, I'm not complaining. Let me take the pearls off. Have you ever bought a fabric that you like it, but it's just something about it? This is a stretch cotton. I thought I bought the twill, but I must have ordered the poplin. I got to go back and look. This came from Mood. It's a stretch cotton poplin. I originally ordered it to make my Diane von Furstenberg wrap dress. But the more I looked at it, it was something about it I didn't quite like. It has a little teeny sheen to it, so that makes it nice. I'll pull it up a little bit so you can see the fabric just a little bit better. I mean, it's really a nice fabric. It's a different color for me because it's not a color that I normally wear, but it was something about it. It wasn't speaking to me. So a couple of days ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to use my fabric, not on the DVF dress, but on this new look pattern that I got, 6696. I wanted to make the longer version. Of course, my slit wouldn't be that high, but I was making that version. Here's the line drawing for it. And you see the cutout in the back? that back cut out. So I don't go outside with my back out. If I have something that's like a halter style, I'll put on a sweater or something, you know, depending on where I'm at, I might take my sweater off. But in general, I always make sure I have on something if my back is out, if my top is low, whatever that might be. But I wasn't feeling this fabric, so I said, I'm going to make this dress, and I'll probably end up giving it away because I did want to make it with the back out. So the dress is cute. I'm not going to get all into the pattern. It fits really nice, but I don't like this sleeve. It didn't look like that on her. I don't know. It's just supposed to be like a cap sleeve. I went back and looked at the pattern pieces that I cut to see if I did something wrong, because I can go rogue sometimes and kind of do things the way I want to. So I don't know. Now, it's not hanging too well on my mannequin because it's hanging on top of a knit dress. And so the knit is kind of pulling it close to it and stuff. But it fits really good. The waist was a good measurement, like the length from the neck to the waist was really nice. The hip part, you got your seam here because you had a front and then a side front and a back and a side back. I did close the slit up some, but I kept it in here just a little bit. You know, the darts, it's a dart here that matches the seam where the front and the side front was connected, and then you got your bust dart there. As you can see, it goes right up to the neck. That's how it did on the pattern. And this is the back. Super, 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 super cute. Now, of course, this is the dress, but this is where your back would be out. So that's a little bit too much for me. But this is the version I wanted to make. Didn't matter to me if I wore it with a sweater or if I, you know, gave it to somebody else. It has a zipper. I did the lap zipper. I didn't do an invisible zipper. The button that's here is actually a really cute dress, but it's something about it that it's not speaking to me. So it could be the color, it could be the print on the fabric, but I like the fabric, so I don't know. Anyway, that's one of the things that I was up to. I don't know if I'll try that again, because if I keep this for myself, I do have to wear a sweater. Well, not a problem. I got off-white sweaters that I could wear. But this right here isn't saying anything for me, so it's definitely going to get taken off, and I will wear the dress just sleeveless. I don't know, it makes me think matronly. I don't know. I probably won't be the one that keeps it. Didn't take me a long time to make. I don't feel like it's a waste. It's definitely not a fail because it's made real nicely. Came out just the way it was supposed to, but it's just something it's not saying, yes, wear me. The other thing that I have been working on, I did some purging, and I think I showed it on my last Friday sews. I had a clothing rack, and I was pulling out clothing to give away to a shelter. Some of them were new pieces that I had sewn and never worn. The majority were actually, I might have pulled about 4 things out of my closet that I either wore once and didn't like it or whatever. But I don't want to give people clothes that's just not nice clothes. So the majority of the clothing pieces were new. I had them on the clothing rack, and I had said once the clothing rack was full, I would stop, and those are the pieces. Well, I did get to take them to a women's shelter. You don't get all the details, you know, they're kind of private, which is fine with me, but I did get to take them. It was, I think, 31 pieces of clothing, and guys, they were some nice pieces. I had skirts in there, I had pants in there, I had lots of tops in there, and I think I had 2 dresses in there. But if I'm remembering, I pulled 2 things out. So I think I did 31 pieces, and my heart is so happy that I'm able to do that, because I spend the money on these fabrics. I like to try certain patterns when they come out, not necessarily because I'm going to wear them, but because I enjoy sewing, and sometimes I just like the challenge. You know, I want to see if I can do it. So that was a win-win. But when I was doing that, I realized all my clothes that I really wear are casual pieces. So I have nice pants, I have nice skirts in different styles, A-line, pencil, I love a pencil skirt. I have nice tops. What I don't have is athletic wear. And that's because, let's see, I think I was 16 when I wore my first pair of pants, because I had always been a dress girl or a skirt girl. So I think I was 16. I might have had on a pair of pants, but when I was picking my clothes, going wherever, I started, no, I'm sorry, not the first pair of pants. At 16 was my first pair of jeans. I didn't wear jeans my younger life. Jeans just weren't my thing. I just started putting on jeans about 2 years ago. You know, they just weren't my thing. So about 2 years ago, I started wearing jeans. I still don't have a lot of them. I wear the same ones over and over again, because while I'm liking them and they're comfortable, they're not my best. But I don't have things like sweatpants. I made a sweatshirt last month. I believe it was last month. I did a hoodies series, but I didn't really keep the hoodies because of what. So I decided that I had this pattern, Simplicity 9328. So I thought I would do the dress and the top. And then I have the Butterick 6565. And I wanted to do some pants in that. And see the back of the pants? See that line drawing? I wanted to do exactly what they did here. See the, well, you know, that's an additional piece. And I color blocked it. So I made 2 dresses from the dress pattern, Simplicity 9328. I made 2 dresses. I made a pair of leggings from the pants pattern. I made a shirt from the dress pattern. And then one of the dresses I made, and I used the knits that's like for athletic wear. The dress fabric had a little bit left. I didn't want a skirt. Started to make a top, but if I had made a top, I still would have had a little more than 1/4 of a yard. So I decided to make a jumpsuit. Now, it wasn't enough for a jumpsuit. It was enough to cut one side. So I have one side, well, my 2 fronts, no, one side, because anyway, I cut it on the fold. So I have one side cut up, and I'm going to go to the fabric store today. I know they had plenty because I just bought this on Wednesday. So I'm going to go to the fabric store today and get another piece to cut the other side. So now for my athletic wear, I'll have some pieces. And I will let you know that video will be coming out on Tuesday. This Tuesday, I think that's the 29th, April 29th. Was that the 30th today? This Tuesday, the video for the athletic wear will be coming out. So that's my sewing adventure. This dress, which I can't get it in my head, and then the athletic wear. And I'm really pleased about the athletic wear now because it's kind of added to my closet, a little bit more casual than the classic type of clothing that I normally wear. So that's what I have been up to. So what have I been doing life-wise? It's been pretty busy, a couple of appointments, a couple of study groups. I've been kind of busy for almost 2 months, and this was my last weekend for that, and so that's good. I get a little break. But I was in the doctor's office, and I had decided, my son buys me books. He likes to buy Danielle Steele, so I probably have about 12 of them. He, every birthday or Mother's Day, every birthday he may buy me gifts, but he always brings me a Danielle Steele book. Now he's starting to bring me Sandra Brown and I think John Grisham, Anyway, I had not read Sisters by Danielle Steele. And I took this book with me because I was going to be waiting for somebody while they were getting a procedure done. And while I'm sitting in the waiting room, a lady comes in and she has a Danielle Steele book. So I said, hi, looks like we're reading the same thing. And then she proceeded to tell me how much she loves Danielle Steele. She has every one of her books. And then she gave me a history about Danielle Steele. So I thought that was really interesting. And the book is actually turning out to be pretty good. So I'm going to take some time. I don't do a lot of sewing on Saturdays. So once I go pick up this piece of fabric, I will be back home. And instead of trying to find something to do in this sewing room, I'm going to be reading my book. But I do have something exciting coming up. One of my goddaughters, we have lots of beautiful young ladies now grown up in our lives. We've been blessed to have several of them. We call them our godchildren, and we did make vows that we would be there for them, that we would help them with an understanding of who God is, and then of course just to be there for them and to be able to receive the love that they now give back. They're adults. We have some that have children that are now our godchildren, but they just so much love that they pour on my husband and I, so it's great. But one of my goddaughters is graduating. She is receiving her master's, and if my butt could do a cartwheel, I would. I'm so excited. Whatever they choose to do with their lives, I support them. I mean, we ain't talking about negativity, but we don't even deal with that for real, so whatever they choose to do. So next weekend will be filled with family and friends and graduation and just being excited and giving God the glory for all that he has done. So that's all that's been going on in Donna's sewing room. I so appreciate you watching. Hit that like button, share my channel, subscribe if you will. I do appreciate you just scrolling through when you are just kind of looking for something to do. I do appreciate that. But more than anything, ring that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, and bye.